Alright guys, back again with some tower defense. Here's the problem. I recorded all this while I was doing it, and when I got the first runs through, and then I forgot to save it. So now I had to go back. I'm just going to show you how to do everything. I'm going to run through the plots at the beginning. But I have like a full team. They're level grinded up at this point. So this is just showing you how it works. Unfortunately, there's no other way around this other than me starting a whole new file, and I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be doing that. So all my guys are in like double-digit levels. They're not fully grind up, but yeah. So anyway, this is the first level where you can catch a Pikachu, and for Mount Moon, you're either going to want a Pikachu or 2 Butterfrees or a Paris. And the reason for that is you're going to want something with Stun Spore or a Thunder Wave or something like that to slow them down for Mount Moon. I would say Pikachu is preferable because it gives you some type differences, and it's really easy to train. Some of the other Pokemon take a little bit longer. Like, I have Paris on my other file. There's nothing wrong with Paris. It just takes a little bit longer to train up. So here, I mean, this isn't going to be a very good way to show you the strategy for this. But basically, you can see for Verdian Forest, they have 2 entrances and exits. The way you would want to do this the first time you're going to win it is you're going to want to let them kind of take them off to one side, like all the candies to one side, and then you can move all your Pokemon to that side and just protect that side. Like if I let them carry the candies off to the right, the Pokemon that are coming in from the left can't reach them, so they don't matter anymore. Those waves are just going to dissipate out, and I'm not going to need to take out those Pokemon. So you're going to want to let them carry them off to one side, and then you're just going to pick off all the Pokemon that come in from that entrance. And with 6 Pokemon covering an entrance, even if your guys aren't in double-digit levels, they're still going to be able to take out the Pokemon fairly easily. So, if you have 6 Pokemon defending it, of course. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry that it worked out this way. I really wish I could have shown you guys the strategy for this. But, I mean, at this point, they're not even going to get to the candies. I mean, maybe the boss ones do. See, right here, wave 10 of 10, you're going to see the boss Pikachus start coming in. They move really fast. They get to the candies real fast, and they're going to steal. There they go. See, they don't even get to touch them. But the boss Pikachus will cause you some trouble whenever you're doing this at first. Basically, for them, they can go all the way through, I think. So you're going to want to kill those suckers pretty quick. Here for Pewter Gem, man, I was thinking about this the other day. For stuff like Pewter Gem and then for Mount Moon, I don't even know how you'd be able to beat this with a Charmander starter. I need to go and do a playthrough with Charmander just to see how it works, because like Bulbasaur here just kicks butt, and like Mankey and Nidoran, they get double kick and karate chop and low kick and all that. So you're really gonna want those Pokemon. When you're doing this the first time through, though, I don't think you're gonna be able to have Mankey or Nidoran at this point. You're still probably going to have Pidgey, Rattata, and probably something like Beedrill and Butterfree. So, Pidgey is pretty much useless. It gets Gust, which is not bad. Sand Attack can actually be pretty useful. It makes Pokemon not be able to carry candy. So Sand Attack can be pretty useful. But other than that, he's pretty much useless. So this gym, you're gonna really depend on your starter to like Squirtle and Bulbasaur. They can take stuff out real quick. Vine Whip, Water Gun, no big deal. they're gonna take out the Geodudes and everything really quickly. Rattata does work pretty good, and if you get up to a Butterfree, it's gonna learn Confusion, and it's obviously gonna hit them on their special defensive side, which they aren't very strong at. So it's gonna kill those off pretty quick with Confusion. So Butterfree's a pretty good addition. As for Beedrill, I usually don't keep a Beedrill. I didn't even keep it, whenever I was doing like Red and Blue, like the normal versions. So it's not a very good Pokemon, let's be honest here. But anyway, yeah, this is pretty much rinse. When Onix comes out, it's going to use Rock Throw. You're going to need to move all your Pokemon off the board, or else they're going to get, whenever Rock Throw comes in, it's going to take them off the board for you. So, which means, and like, it's going to send them back to your box, not remove them from the board. So you're actually, like, if you don't move your Pokemon, you're going to lose. That's just the way it works. So, but the Onixes are actually pretty weak. So you're going to be able to take them out pretty quick. This next level is your first level grinding level. What I mean by that is there's no candies. There's no way you can lose. Basically, how this works is they're just going to let you have an opportunity to catch a bunch of different, to catch a bunch of different kinds of Pokemon and to level grind. And that's all this level's for. So, when you're level grinding for Mount Moon, this is my personal favorite place to come to get the experience, but you only get one Pokédollar per knockout. So, when you're grinding for money, you're not going to get a whole butt ton of money here. But as for experience, you're going to get a lot of experience here. This is really good for that. This is where you can catch Spearow here. Spearow can be pretty useful. I haven't actually used one, but I'm sure it can be useful. It gets Peck. That's going to, any kind of flying move is going to work really well against the bugs. But more importantly, I find the Nidorans, they're going to give you a really good, strong attacks. Very useful for Mount Moon. Double kick, fighting type moves, very useful. And you can catch Mankey. Mankey gets Karate Chop, and the critical hit ratio is ridiculous. So Mankey is, in my opinion, priceless for a team, especially to get through Mount Moon. Mount Moon's hard. Mount Moon is not easy. You need a pretty specific setup for it, and I have a whole video. I mean, it's only going to be like 2 minutes long, but I have a video for Mount Moon made already. I'm commentating all this after I've already got all the way to Mount Moon on this file. But anyway, you have to have a pretty specific setup, and you're going to have to work it around a pretty certain way. And on my Squirtle file, it was a little bit easier, because I think Squirtle's a little bit stronger than Bulbasaur is. On this file, I found myself depending on Mankey for Mount Moon more than Bulbasaur. However, in my other file, Squirtle was the man, But anyway, yeah, I mean, man, I'm tired, and I gotta get up for school in the morning, and it's midnight, and I'm just trying to commentate this because I'm leaving for Easter. I'm going back to my family's house. They live in Canada, and I live in Louisiana, so I got a long flight for the Easter weekend, and I'm going to get to go see all my friends, and it's going to be awesome. But, I'm only going to be up there for the weekend, and then I'm going to come back, and it's just going to be a long weekend, and I got a Excel project to do for my computer science class for college. So, that's how college goes. Boring projects and all that good stuff. And for those of you who are like, oh my god, you're in college? You sound like you're 14. I know I sound like I'm 14. It's okay. It's funny if you could see me. I kind of have like a Justin Bieber haircut, and I'm short and skinny, and people all the time tell me I look like Justin Bieber. And You know, so I get harassed a little bit for that, but you know, no big deal. I guess if you gotta look like somebody, at least it be some kind of teen heartthrob, right? But anyway, yeah, so actually, you know what? Looking like Justin Bieber is actually a little bit more of a curse, but I mean, that's no offense to the guy, but you know, it's not. I don't really get a whole lot of love for it, other than from teeny tiny little girls. Anyway, yeah, I'm a creator Robert. No, I'm just kidding. So this is pretty much another level grinding level. This is Verdian Forest 2. It's level grinding, but it's more money grinding, in my opinion. Um, the the reason you're not going to get as much experience here, even though the Pokemon are stronger, and they're worth more experience-wise, you're not going to kill as many. Because the Beedrills and the Butterfrees and Pikachu, well, Pikachus you can actually kill all of them, in my opinion. But, like the Beedrills and the Butterfrees, you're only going to kill one or two per wave of those coming through just because they go so fast. I think you could actually, like, Thunder Wave and be able to kill them all, but I'm too lazy to do that. But you get 5 Pokédollars for each kill on this level. So whenever you're grinding for those stones, this is your best place to come. Actually, Mount Moon's actually a pretty good place for that, because if you're trying to, you know, if you're just going to keep trying over and over and over again and hopefully get lucky and be able to beat Mount Moon earlier than having like a whole team of level 20s or anything like that, then Mount Moon, I think you get 5 for each KO too. So, and some of those are pretty much guaranteed KOs. Some of them are actually easier than getting KOs here, you know. So Mount Moon's a pretty good place to money grind as well, but I find this to be the easiest place to money grind. And, you know, there's really no strategy for this. I mean, Butterfree will wipe out every Kakuna that gets on the field. So, you know, I usually put Butterfree and another Pokemon that I'm trying to train on one side, and then the other 4 on the other side, and let them take care of everything else. Pikachu does pretty good on this level, and Bulbasaur gets Takedown, which is a base 90 attack, and obviously since you don't get recoil in this game, Takedown's a really good move here. Nidoran gets Peck, which is obviously super effective against the bug types. Sorry, man. Anyway, yeah, you can see Mankey leveling up there. Mankey, as soon as he gets Karate Chop, pretty useful. He is going to learn Seismic Toss. You're going to want to keep that for later. You know, I don't know how far you're going to be able to get in this game and how far the level caps are going to go, but if you're going to be able to get up to like a level 100 in this game, Seismic Toss is a really good move. But anyway, I don't know if it's going to be able to get that far, and that's going to be a lot of weeks ahead. But anyway, that's how that level goes. But yeah, man, I'm just running out of stuff to talk about. I probably should have sped up some of this stuff. Anyway, like I was saying about these levels, the last, I think it was like Route 3, yeah, Route 3 and Verdian Forest 2, it doesn't matter your strategy on there because you can't lose. Now here's Mount Moon. I'm just going to show you a quick run through of how this works. I'm not going to win this time, but I'm just going to show you how it works. So basically, I'm going to show you generally what you want to do, and then in the next video I'll show you exactly how you want to do it. But like, I have Pikachu and it has Thunder Wave. Now there's a middle spot, and I think that's the first, yeah, that's the first one I'm going to put out, and you're going to put Pikachu right there and set him to Thunder Wave. And that's going to start slowing stuff down on both sides where they're coming in. Now, on the left side is where you're going to see that first Geodude, and that Geodude is, they're really, really hard to take out. So you're usually going to want 3 Pokemon on that side, and then 2 Pokemon on the other side to take out the waves that are coming through. Now, on this run-through, obviously, I'm not going to win, and the waves are going to get through and take away the 3 Geodudes really quickly. So, obviously, this isn't showing you how to do it very well, but I'm just trying to show you the basic strategy. And I think I'm actually going to leave you guys a little bit early now, and just go ahead and commentate that other video.